Hey, Real Nerds. There's many ways to enjoy the Real Nerds podcast. You can listen to us on Stitcher, iTunes, and now Spotify and iHeartRadio. You can see what we're up to around town by following us at Real Nerds on Instagram. And if you want to send us your thoughts, you can email us at realnerds@gmail.com or call us at 720-6nerds5. Like us on Facebook at Real Nerds Podcast or tweet us at Real Nerds. And now on with the show.
Roll camera, action!
Well, a real nerd knows who shot, and a real nerd can follow the plot, and a real nerd can...
Don't talk through film! I'm sorry.
Take it outside.
Well, a real nerd knows who shot, and a real nerd can follow the plot, and a real nerd will give it all they got. Lights, camera, action! Real nerds!
Welcome to Real Nerds Podcast, your number one source to listen to nerds talk about movies. Because every week on Real Nerds Podcast, we see a new movie and we podcast our experience to the world. I am Ryan. Joining me is Brad.
Hey.
And Zach.
Hello.
This week...
I can't believe your intro wasn't just like, what's up? It's time to get weird on this episode.
That's too easy. That's low-hanging fruit.
That's what you expect him to do. He has to change it by being normal, and that's the true weirdness of it all.
I don't like it.
You don't like this?
This isn't a podcast about being where we need to be normal. We should be zany.
Well, here's the thing: is I'm not even here. My hey boy is here, so I don't need to answer to this.
Good.
Anyways,
good callback.
Yeah, bring it all the way around. Our movie this week was Weird, the Yankovic Story. Stay tuned very soon because we're going to recommend the film or not, play the trailer, and then spoil the film. I mean, I guess it's kind of hard to spoil a film that's 100% true and based on someone's actual life, but we're going to do it anyways. Yeah, it was fun. Brad and I attended the U.S. premiere of Weird, which I didn't know it was like that big of a deal, Brad. I thought it was just, hey, we're going to stream this movie at the Alamo because we want word of mouth on social media, you know?
No, Roku called up the Real Nerds and they're like, look, we need your expertise at this screening. You guys need to come watch it and then tell all your millions of fans how great the movie is. So,
and then I asked if it was in black and white, and they said no, and that's when I dropped out. But you two stepped in.
Yes.
Yeah. And
that was really...
They gave us free shirts.
Yeah. And wigs and mustaches. And I look like good old Lou Albino from the Super Mario show in the 80s.
Cool, you can replace Chris Pratt.
Nah, Chris Pratt will be fine.
I don't know. That voice has me concerned.
Yeah, his voice has you concerned. I talked to this, and I guess you weren't on the episode, Zach.
No, I wasn't.
Do you really want an hour and 45-minute long movie of someone going, hey, what you doing over there? Come over here.
Considering that I've spent 5 to 6 something years with a podcast where you've done that during some of my reviews, yes, I do kind of want to hear that for an hour and 45 minutes.
I mean, I don't.
I'm grown accustomed to it.
Because, I mean, Bob Hoskins was fine as Mario, and he just talked like himself.
Genius performance.
It's because it's Bob Hopkins. I will allow him to do whatever the fuck he wants to do in a movie he doesn't understand.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, like, I don't know. I don't understand the big deal about the voice. I still don't understand it.
And did you see his quote about playing Mario in that movie?
No. About how it's going to be something you don't expect, or
no. It was from like '93, the interview, and they're just like, so what's your familiarity with the video game? He's like, yeah, my kids play the video game, but yeah, I read the script and yeah, I saw the performance and I thought, I played King Lear once. I'm in this movie, yeah.
Yeah, good for him. But yeah, no, I don't understand the controversy about it, and I never will. You
I
can't.
don't think
The
it's
movie just.
I don't think it's a controversy so much as just my personal opinion is that it doesn't sound that fun. But
But
Jack Black
why
as
though?
Bowser.
I don't understand though. You have to help
I
me understand.
I'm sorry. As much as somebody who like actively wants to push against stereotypes being portrayed in Hollywood going forward, that Mario voice is kind of ingrained in my head to where I'm just like, I will go along with it, but it's going to take some adjustment period because when I saw the trailer, I'm like, he doesn't sound like Mario.
Yeah, Charles Martinet is still in the movie though, which I think is interesting. They're like, yeah, we're gonna still have you in it, but you're not gonna play that lead character that you're known for.
Well, I
I mean,
mean, even in the games where the Mario and Luigi games where Mario has actual dialogue, it's all in word balloons, and he just goes, "I'm and it reminds me of this Conan O'Brien remote where he went to Italy and he was just walking up the streets going, "Cannoli, Monticello," and and everyone was saying hi to him, and his like his producer friend who speaks Italian fluently says, "You're being an ass." He goes, "I think people will like it." And this one girl passed him, and he went, "Rigatoni," and she called him an asshole. So I mean, yeah, I don't
I
know.
mean, I'll give it a shot.
You're siding with the internet, Zach, and I don't like it.
No. I'll never side with those Halloween ends hating assholes. I'm just saying I'm gonna walk in with caution. I guess is what I'm
Why?
saying.
It looks fun,
It does look fun. Jack Black sounds like he's fucking cool as Bowser. I'm down with that.
and Keegan Michael Peel sounds fun as Toad.
Yes, he does.
Peel.
Keegan
Just merge
Michael
two people
Key-
together.
Yeah, that's oh my God, it's like the thing, Ryan. It's you combine Jordan Peele and Keegan Michael Key into Keegan Michael Peel.
Yeah, no, that's what they are. They're always. That's how I think of them. I think of them as one person as the bellhops outside of the hotel, and
Liam Neeson.
yo, bro, Liam Neeson.
No, I won't side with the internet. I won't go at it with hate, but I am kind of like, I wish you were trying to push it a little bit.
I don't know.
Just a
Your
teeny
take is
bit.
exactly what the haters on the internet are saying.
Okay, then maybe I'm a hater on the internet. But how about I go in with an optimistic attitude as opposed to people who will just actively trash it immediately?
Okay.
That sound good?
I mean, I guess you can take the spot of Corinne because she hates everything. So,
No, I'm not that full of vitriol. At the end of the day, that movie does look beautiful animation wise. Like that looks stunning. I want to see that.
all right.
Come on, give me a chance. I'll do
Not
it.
you're the one who judged it without seeing it, not me.
I did see the. Well, I saw the trailer. I'm only judging the trailer. I have no idea what the full movie's going to be.
Where I'm pretty sure he says like one sentence in the trailer.
Yeah,
Just say-
Mushroom Kingdom, here we come. It sounds okay-ish. I think it's when he falls and he goes, "What the?" And I'm like, "Whoa, okay." It just sounds like Chris Pratt, but fair enough. I'll go in with an open mind. I'll stop being a hater.
Because what's going to happen if he talk like this? People go, "Oh, now he's making fun of Italians."
That is true. He probably would.
Was he eating meatballs while he's saying that? Come on now.
Yeah, that's true. By the way, don't come to a quote along of The Godfather ever, Ryan. I know you don't like that movie, but don't even come just to do that.
It's not that I don't like it. It's one of those movies, just like The Shining, where I think they're super overrated.
Oh yeah, you're right. But anyway, back to weird though. You guys got name called from what or not name called, called out in a positive way at the event, if I recall correctly.
Yeah, I guess the MC of it, his name was Trevor, and he said he listens to our show. Thank you, Trevor. And mentioned us at the opening as podcasters being in house. So, it was Brad's awesome shirt design that I told him to design. That got us noticed. So in a way, it's kind of my shirt design. In a way,
Yeah, sure. Let's go with
I
that.
was like, you should do Hell to the Nerds, baby, with a chainsaw. And you're like, oh my God, that is so genius. You're the genius of all geniuses. And I said, I know. Just let's make it happen. And he said, I can make it happen.
I know. Just think of all the shirts we could have sold if I'd left it and not put the Real Nerds podcast name on it. It should have stayed Hill the Nerds, baby.
We probably would have sold a lot more.
I blew it. I was like, oh, we got to maintain consistent branding.
Well, Malia and I like wearing ours, so you got three of them out of us. So mission accomplished.
Plenty more. If anyone listening wants, plenty more.
Here, I got an idea, Ryan. Guys listening to the show, if you want to spite me for me being so vitriolic just now with the Mario trailer, buy a T-shirt and spite me.
So our T-shirt next year is going to go, "It's the real nerds," and like over a plate of spaghetti.
No. I'm not pushing it for it to go that far. Oh,
it's going to be a hybrid Bob Hoskins, Chris Pratt, Mario design.
Make it look like a creature from The Thing.
Anywho,
yeah.
So since Brad, do you recommend Weird, the Al Yankovic story?
Yeah. I saw it again as soon as I could when it dropped digitally on Roku. It's a ton of fun. It's insane. It's fun. If there was one thing I was disappointed in, is that it doesn't tackle Weird Al's career after Bad Hair Day. So growing up, like, I know so much about Weird Al because I was a fan
I'm not going to spoil it, Brad, but we know why.
What?
We know why it doesn't tackle his career after Amish Paradise.
Right. But, I think there's room for a sequel. Why can't there be a sequel music documentary, autobiography documentary thing? Like, I think that'd be fun. And yeah, he's got another 20 years to work with for that. There is precedent for it. There was the Jolson story back in the 40s, and then they did a sequel called Jolson Sings Again. So there could be. We got to tie everything into old Hollywood every fucking time. There could be a Weird 2. Let's get weirder. I'm just saying, I'm advocating for your cause. It's great. I think the biggest thing people ask me is like, how does it compare to a UHF? And I'd say it's different and less zany, but fun in a new way. Yeah, this is one of my favorite movies of the year. One, because I knew from the first trailer that this would be really funny, and I didn't know how funny it was going to be, where it just I don't know how to describe it, but it takes a lot of left turns and stuff you don't expect at all. Because the trailer highlights the Madonna stuff and like the silliness of it, but there's a lot of really weird, like, out of left field turns it takes. All I have to say is the diner scene. But before we get into spoilers, yes, you should see it. Like I said, it's one of my most favorite movies of the year. Here's the trailer for Weird.
Put it in. I'm tired of people thinking I'm some kind of joke.
Your dad and I agreed it would be best if you just stop being who you are and doing the things you love.
My whole life, all I wanted.
I'm afraid we found your son at a polka party.
Is to make up new words to a song that already exists.
Oh, well, you should do that then.
Ooh, my little hungry one, hungry one, open up a package of my banana.
Dude, I've got chills.
Every once in a great while, I can spot a talent that I know is the future of music. But first, we gotta find you a stage name. Al Yankovic. It's long, it's hard to pronounce. So I'm just gonna throw this out there. Weird Al Yankovic. I love it.
Weird Al has taken the world by storm.
Do I know you?
Madonna, I was wondering if you were going to do a parody of my song, Like a Virgin.
I'm curious, is that song Autobiographical?
Yes. Except for the fact that I've had a lot of sex.
Name me one creative genius that doesn't have a checkered past involving alcohol.
That's the medicine.
And drugs.
I think Madonna's a bad influence on you. What? No offense.
I'm a train wreck. My parents wrote me off. I pushed away my band.
You're all just a bunch of normals. I'm the weird one.
You gotta take care of yourself. I saw in you something special. An artist with something to give to the world.
In front of all the billions of people watching around the world right now, all I want to say is be as weird as you want to be. Yeah! You will never find true happiness until you can truly accept who you are. Thank you.
Oh, Al, you can't smoke in here.
I totally deserve that.
So Weird, the Al Yankovic Story, follows Al's really his early career as he becomes a song parodyist. Is that right?
Maybe.
Parodist, thank you. Yeah, sure. And about with his disapproving family and how he kind of beats all odds and becomes overnight sensation and he gets so popular that everybody wants a Yankovic bump where he parodies their songs so their songs sell better. And that's Madonna's end game in this. And so she, dates Al, and then he won't do parodies anymore because he's only going to do originals.
Yeah,
and
once he has that LSD acid trip epiphany where he writes "Eat It," and then shortly after, Michael Jackson parodies him with "Beat It."
Yeah, so that's what
he vows never to write parodies again.
I was going to gloss over all this stuff and then really deep get into the meat of it. So the opening where his parents don't like him, it opens on this like dinner scene, and his dad talks about how he works at the factory, and one of the guys got sucked into the metal dicer thing and killed him. And he says, "So what I'm saying is, there's an opening." He wants his son to go work at the factory, and his son says, "He's like, what do you even make at the factory? You just call it the factory." It doesn't make anything. And then later in the movie, after he has his falling out, he goes and works at the factory, and all he does is push buttons and raises levers. And then he does it out of order, and he kills the guy in the background. But yeah, and then it cuts to him in high school, and he's
also his, before that, his mom says, all I want you to do is not be who you are. And what else?
Oh God, I can't remember.
Like, don't follow your dreams and don't be who you are or something. Yeah.
Yeah, because you're weird. And I forgot before that, an accordion salesman shows up at his house.
Thomas Lennon.
And Thomas Lennon. And he's enthralling a young Al Yankovic with his accordion. And when his dad comes home and sees it, he almost beats the accordion salesman to death. And after the mom pulls him off, he's like bleeding out on the carpet. She said, "We're going to buy this accordion." And, so Al plays it secretly. Flash forward to high school.
Yeah, but don't ever let your dad see you playing this accordion.
Yeah. Flash forward to high school, and Al gets invited to this party, and he doesn't know if he should go. And that's where they say, "Man, have you ever done a hey boy?" And he doesn't know what a hey boy is. So he goes to this party, and it's a polka party where everybody's dancing to polka.
Not to the Polka Party album.
Yeah, and someone busts out an accordion and they can't play, and Al busts out the accordion and like tears it up.
They taunt them with the accordion chicken dance.
Yeah, that's right.
It's like, fine, I will play, And he's like a savant at it.
Yeah, so he does, and then the police show up and take him home.
The funniest part about the polka party too is like all the background people who are like just discussing famous polka albums and things. Like,
oh yeah, the two girls.
Yeah. What was the like Wind Fart or something was the one like album?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's so funny because it goes through, it does like this hardcore party, and it's polka party. And for people like Zach who haven't seen it, a hay boy is a man made out of hay that's put in your bed.
To fool your parents and to think you're sleeping there.
To fool your parents.
Like a Ferris Bueller move, kind of.
Yeah, but it's a like hay.
Oh God.
So, anyways, he gets thrown out of his house and he lives with his roommates.
Well, he goes to college. Like once he turns 18, he doesn't get thrown out, but because his dad, like after he gets busted by the cops.
For playing an accordion at a polka party.
His dad finds out he's been playing the accordion in the closet, and then finally Al comes out and confesses that he's like, I'm great at this, and I'm gonna. My dream is to write the new music to other people's words. And his dad's like, "Where you been playing that accordion?" Then he finds it and smashes it. He's like, "No."
Yeah. How does he describe it? I want to win an award for playing a very specific style of music with the very specific instrument or something.
I want to play. Yeah. It's in a very specific genre of music.
Yeah.
I want to win an award playing accordion in a very specific genre of music. Yeah, something like that.
Yeah. So anyways, he goes to California, lives with these guys, and they're all talking about dreams that they have. And I forget each one of the guys' dreams, but they're really silly.
Yeah, and they're also already his, like, Jim West, Bermuda Schwartz. Like, it's already the band he accumulated over time. But, like, right out of the gate, it's these four guys. Yeah.
Yeah, and, so he sits down and he says, I've always really wanted to write new words for songs that have already been written. And they tell him to do it. He says, I can't. And he goes, hey, Al,
I need inspiration.
Yeah. So, My Sharona comes on and he's making them bologna sandwiches. And so it becomes My Bologna.
It's also stuck on a loop on the radio.
Yeah, that's right. So he sings My Bologna, and he goes and records it in a bathroom at a truck stop or something.
Yeah, which is a nod to what happened in real life.
Yeah, and he sends it to a radio station, and he comes back to his apartment, and his friends say, dude, they're not going to play it right away. You have to, spend years of hard work, and you have to have more than one song.
He also comes in, before that he comes in, he's like, all right, I mailed it off. Now how long before I become famous? like there's a specific amount of time.
Yeah. And they tell him that it doesn't happen that way, but then all of a sudden the radio comes on and says, it's our most requested song ever. And it's My Bologna. And so he goes from there to, was he like a 15-time platinum Bologna?
No.
I skipped a part.
Yeah, he goes to the Scotti brothers, who were the first the distributors of his early album. And that's Weird Al and Will Forte. And they're like, you suck. Yeah, we're not taking this.
Yeah.
You got to play some more gigs, man. So he goes and plays the bar gig at the
That's
Cobra
right.
Pit, which is a great nod to Cobra Kai. Because the
and everybody in there
music on Cobra Kai did the music for that bar and everything.
Yeah, and all the guys in there are, bikers, and
one was Patton Oswalt.
And one was Patton Oswalt. So he starts playing My Bologna on his accordion, and all of a sudden his roommates come out and start playing in the band with him. Everybody's crying after he sings My Bologna. No, he sang Rocky Road.
Yeah.
So they're all crying. And then
they
all
how come
leave.
You guys didn't tell me you played instruments? Yeah. Like, it wasn't relevant until now.
Yeah, they just randomly can play instruments. And then he becomes super famous in like 6 weeks. Everybody wants
Dr. Demento's at that.
The what?
Dr. Demento's also at that bar.
Oh, that's right.
He does that. So he's like, you got to play at my private party.
That's right, the fucking party, pool party.
which has like cameos from like every 80s, I don't know, pop culture icon. There's like different comedians just dressed up as, I think like Paul F. Tompkins is Gallagher, Conan O'Brien is Andy Warhol.
Which was funny in our screening when Conan came on, like the whole audience cheered.
Yeah.
Conan as Andy Warhol. And the big one was Jack Black as Wolfman Jack.
Yeah. And then David Smolcian as the drummer from Queen.
Yeah. If no one knew who he was, and he had to tell people.
Me, the drummer from, or it's like John something.
Yeah, it's too funny. And they put him on so Wolfman Jack puts him on his spot to write a parody song right then, and that's when he writes
Queen,
another one, Rides the Bus.
And then he's like earnestly like, that was the best thing I've ever heard. I want you to tour with Queen at Live Aid. And then Al's is like, no way, dude.
Yeah, that sounds like a waste of time.
Yeah. Psych.
So, yeah.
It's like his earnest moment where he's like genuinely inviting him to like play with Queen, and he's just like, yeah.
Yeah, so everyone's getting the Yankovic bump, and Madonna wants it, so she kind of weasels her way into his life for him to make a parody of Like a Surgeon. And he won't do it because he's going to focus on writing originals, which Brad mentioned. And so he wrote Eat It, and then Michael Jackson stole it and parodied it with Beat It.
Yeah, which I thought was the best twist of the movie, that the movie is about him writing original songs and other people are parodying him.
Yeah. So it's just really funny. And he's only dating Madonna for, what does he say, like 6 hours, and it's the best 6 hours of his life.
Yeah, he's been the best 6 hours of my life. Yeah, when he gets that call.
Yeah, and then he's on Oprah, and he's wearing a necklace with his 5 platinum albums on it. So yeah, he dates Madonna, and there's a thread throughout the film where Pablo Escobar wants him to play for him, and he refuses. And he finally writes Like a Surgeon, or performs it after he is in this like near death experience in a car accident.
Yeah, like Madonna, like after the Beat It scandal, she gets him hooked on booze, so he starts to getting drunk a lot, and so yeah, it leads to breaking up with the band and going on a bender, and then that's when he finally writes Like a Surgeon, and then he starts to, I don't know, get pissed off at the crowd because he won't play Beat It or Eat It.
Yeah. And afterwards he goes to a diner with Madonna, and they're going to tour together. And while they're there, Madonna gets kidnapped, and he has this like John Wick fight inside the diner. And he finds out that Pablo Escobar has kidnapped Madonna to get him to go to Colombia to perform
for his birthday party.
But the Hey Boy comes back because he distracts the guards with a Hey Boy. So they shoot the Hey Boy, and then he shows up and shoots all the guards.
Yeah, it becomes like a nod to his Rambo skit in UHF at that point, where he's mowing down dudes in the Colombian jungle. Yeah,
and it's just great. So he finally sees Madonna with Pablo Escobar, and he gets shot, and everyone thinks he dies, but he pops back up because the bullet was stopped by his platinum records that he's wearing around his neck. And he takes one of them and throws it into Pablo Escobar's skull. And what does he say? You just got platinum or something.
Yeah.
So yeah, the movie's really fucking silly.
Yeah. And then Madonna, like there's a void in the drug cartel, so Madonna takes over.
Again, this is 100% true.
Yeah, it's all autobiographical.
And so they have this part where at the end he's at an award show, and Dr. Demento offers to adopt Weird Al, and he says, "No, I made up with my dad, so we're good." Because his dad turned out to be Amish and wrote Amish Paradise.
Yep.
Yeah, it's just stupid. And then you think he's learned a lesson because he's going out to accept his award, and his speech is about how great he is and how everyone else is stupid.
He's gonna thank everyone later in private.
And his award he won at the Grammys was a very specific style of music played with an instrument, like an accordion or something.
Yeah, and a very specific. Basically, the call, the thing from the beginning of the movie is called back. Yeah.
Yeah, and then he gets assassinated at the end.
Yeah.
I don't think people were ready. If you don't know Weird Al, how dark his humor is a lot.
It was actually, oddly enough, it was pretty close to a PG movie.
Yeah.
And then there's that one in memoriam still where it's like gory.
Where he gets killed.
Yeah. You're like, oh shit. Yeah.
Yep, because the last title card was Weird Al was assassinated by Pablo Escobar.
Or no, by Madonna Saccone.
Yeah, in 1984.
Yeah.
So he never made it past 1984. He was too big for this world.
And even though Bad Hair Day came out in like 96. Oh, and there's that great pan of the audience and Coolio's sitting there like fuming.
Yeah.
During Gangster's Paradise. But yeah, all that happened before 1985.
Yeah, so the movie's really silly. I know we blazed through it, but there's just too many jokes, and it doesn't really do it justice. But I really miss movies. I've said this before. Some of my favorite movies are movies like that, where everybody treats it seriously, and the dialogue is really stupid, and what's happening is really exaggerated. But Daniel Radcliffe is great in this, and he really commits to the role. He's funny. Evan Rachel Wood is great as Madonna. Rainn Wilson is really funny as Dr. Demento. And that's really the main characters in it. And then there's a lot of cameos I read an interview with Weird Al, and for that pool scene, he just went through his Christmas card list and asked if people would come out for a day to help him shoot this. Which we learned they shot the whole movie in 18 days.
Yeah, it's pretty impressive.
Which is insane. But yeah, I just had a lot of fun with it. And I loved the left turns it made. I loved how it was loosey-goosey with the facts.
Yeah.
And it was really, because it was a parody of, music biopics about someone who writes parodies. And it just, I don't know, Brad. I thought the tone was right, and I just had a lot of fun in it.
Yeah, it's one of my favorites of the year. Like I said, it probably has fewer laughs per minute than say UHF as far as zaniness, but also I think it's because a lot of those jokes had longer setups for them.
Yeah.
So I like I said, I've already watched it 3 times.
Yeah, so, it's lots of fun.
You also get a new Weird Al song at the end for the credits.
That's right.
Describing the credits,
and he goes, "This is an Oscar. It's
eligible for Oscars.
Eligible for Oscars." And it ends twice, and he comes back a couple seconds later. He says, "You thought it was ending, but it's not." It's great.
And then, like we teased at the beginning, there's a setup for a sequel because, when Madonna visits his tombstone, a hand reaches up from the grave.
Yeah, the hand reaches up from the grave, a la Carrie.
Actually, my other favorite joke was the epitaph on the tombstone was I forget what year. It's 1964 or something, his birth year, and then it says for the death year, it just says "eat it" or "ate it."
Yeah, he ate it. Oh fuck! The movie is awesome. Everybody should see it. It's just great. Yeah. That's where I'm at with Weird. Everybody should see it.
Yeah, it's like in the vein of MacGruber or Kung Pao into the Fist. Even the like Naked Gun movies, you know.
Yeah, and I don't think you have to be a Weird Al fan to enjoy it. There's a lot of Weird Al winks in it, but I think it's broad enough where anybody could watch it and enjoy it.
Yeah, I was lamenting that, it didn't have, his latter career really in it at all, but I get that because in order to reach a broader audience, I think most people know enough about him that's covered in this movie.
Yeah, and if I remember right, I think Eat It made it to number 12 on the Billboard charts.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I mean, in the movie, like that was his biggest hit, and in real life, I think at that time, that was, he got an attention with My Bologna and Rocky Road, but it wasn't until Eat It hit that, he parodied the most famous musician at the time. So,
and what's cool is, Michael Jackson liked that he did it, and for the I can't remember if it was, I watched an interview, I don't know if it was for Eat It or for Fat. I think it was for Fat. He let him use all the same sets and stuff for the authenticity of it, which is really cool.
That was another great joke where his mom put on a bunch of pounds, and
I
was making up with his dad. He's just like, I want to write another song, but I just need more inspiration. And they're just like both looking at her, and she's like, "Yeah, I think you'll find something." And then when he's reading the lyrics to "Gangster's Paradise," he almost there's a callback to maybe I should do something with that fat thing. No, just focus on the Gangster's Paradise thing. Yeah, something like that. I forget.
Yeah. So just because we're here, Eat It reached number 12 on the Hot 100, and it wasn't until White and Nerdy came out that reached number 9 that it was his highest charting single for that long.
So 4 and 9, those are his two highest.
12 and 9.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Which is, I mean, it's pretty impressive for a parody song. And that makes it even better that it was that popular. Just saying.
Yeah.
What was it when he's on the phone call about the Eat It thing? It's like, he's like,
yeah.
I can't stand that people are copying my words
to
other people's music.
Hitting the phone on the,
no, but it's phrasing of like I'm frustrated that people are copying my words to other people's music or something like
that.
Yeah.
Oh, shit. Love it. So yeah, so if you couldn't tell, Brad and I really enjoyed the Al Yankovic Story. But we're not the only ones. I think it's at 90% on Rotten Tomatoes or something.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe even higher.
Has anyone talked about comparatively UHF?
I
obviously it doesn't have the box office, but is the Roku stats comparable to?
I don't know. How would you even because UHF kind of tanked, didn't it?
Yeah, it got swallowed up in that 89 summer. That was huge.
Yeah. So it's at 84% on Rotten Tomatoes.
But Roku hasn't released watching stats or anything.
Yeah, and it's, I mean, I don't know how they do it. I mean, I'd be surprised if it wasn't Roku's highest streamed movie of all time, because, I mean, who watches Roku? I know Bree watches Roku, so.
Yeah. Me too. So yeah, when UHF came out in 1989, it grossed $6 million.
So is Roku completely free? You can download the app and it's totally free?
I don't know about. I think you could download the app. I have the dongle for the TV, so that's where I get it, and I had to pay for that dongle. But once you've got it, plugged into USB, you can just download the app for free.
Okay.
Or I think it comes preloaded actually, but yeah, you just log on like any other app, and just select Weird, and it's ready to go.
Because the other stuff has commercials in it, correct?
Actually, the movie has commercials in it when you watch it on Roku.
I just pulled it up on Roku.com right now to see, and it's got little commercial dots in it. But are you saying that those are commercials within the movie?
Yeah, so it's kind of like watching on TV,
Oh, okay.
like a
Or
TV.
like on Hulu now. Hulu puts commercials into their movies now too.
Yeah,
Mhm. And HBO Max does that too as well.
Yeah.
Well, depending on the plan you have, I guess.
yeah, on the free plan. Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know if there's a Roku Premium plan. There might be. Maybe it doesn't have that, but I'm fine with the free. Yeah, it wasn't that frustrating, to be honest. Like maybe because I saw it at the theater, to begin with.
Yeah. I mean, I
But
will say Hulu's, they have usually, I think, 3, but Hulu, the last commercial break is there's still usually about an hour left in the movie, so they don't, break up the climax or anything.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah. See Weird. The Al Yankovic story.
Yeah.
This is a big news story of the week.
It's real news.
Did you? I can't remember. Did you guys talk about James Gunn getting the DC job?
we did.
Yeah, we did.
Okay. I can't find any news stories then.
Yep, nothing happened this week.
Yeah, there's nothing. I guess I got canceled for my opinions on the Mario controversy.
Yeah.
No,
You're done in this industry.
Sure, yeah. No, I want to go in with an open mind. I read, actually, you know what's funny? I read an article while you guys were talking about Weird, so that I wanted to block out spoilers. And
as we were talking, I was like, man, we're giving away the whole movie, but it's so much fun.
No, I know. No, I know. I'll blank it out. And the way I blanked it out was looking up an article on the Chris Pratt controversy. And one of the articles said British actor Chris Pratt. And I'm like, since when? That's not even close to true. But one guy, I guess there was a quote by one of the co-stars who plays the Penguin King going like, he's doing like a take on it that's similar to like a Sopranos character, an Italian living in New York. And I'm like, okay. Then I need to hear more of it, but I'm down for it. I'm not like opposed to it. So I'm sorry if I hurt anybody's feelings, especially in the Italian community. But yeah, no other real news.
It must be, I think Hollywood kind of takes a break at this point before they ramp up again.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I mean,
Well,
I guess
think
everybody deserves to have a break on the holiday. So,
well, I think Weird broke the news cycle. After that, what else is there to talk about?
I agree.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing.
Wasn't I guess one of the Conjuring movies canceled or something?
Oh, that was it revealed in an interview as James Wan said that The Crooked Man is no longer happening.
All right. There's one thing, I guess.
Yeah. But it's like any other franchise that has a stream of success and then suddenly they're saying like, oh yeah, all these spin-off movies are no longer happening. So I kind of wanted to see it, but I haven't even caught up on the last couple Conjuring movies, so I have no idea if that oh yeah, because this came off of his Instagram. That's right. He said, unfortunately, the spin-off movie isn't happening outside of my control, but maybe one day. So yeah. Too bad. But we're getting that Megan movie, which he's producing, so that looks interesting.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. Oh, you can't tell me that robot doesn't look creepy.
I don't know. I might have been on board and it said PG-13. I go, no.
Hey, we've been surprised in the past with some PG-13 horror movies, not all, but some. So I won't judge it right away.
It's been judged.
No. I already feel like a piece of shit from earlier, so I'm not judging anything anymore.
Cool.
Yeah.
The next segment, Corinne sent me ideas. She wants to call it DOT. Discuss one thing or describe one thing.
So, yeah, this is the stuff we've been watching.
I get the acronym, but does not very grabby.
Yep. We'll try again. Thanks for the suggestion, Corinne. The other guys didn't jump on it.
My brain just blanked. What does that mean?
So it's when I say, hey, here's one thing we're going to talk about.
Describe O1 T thing.
Okay.
Maybe the dot matrix. I don't.
The only dot matrix is Joan Rivers.
I have no idea what's going on right now. Zach, what's the one thing you want to talk about this week?
Oh, all right. I was able to catch a really cool film this week, from 1957 called Night of the Demon. It's a British horror movie directed by Jacques Tourneur, who did.
That doesn't sound British.
Well, he's a Hollywood filmmaker who made a film for Britain. Anyway, he came out of the Val Lewton stock, and he basically made a Val Lewton movie in 1957 of that vein. It deals with this devil cult in the middle of the UK that is being investigated for legitimacy. And long story short, people who start becoming skeptical of it and trying to debunk it are being knocked off. And so an American professor who kind of works in the field of skeptical reasoning to basically call out these devil cults. So, like, there's no magic in here. And then he is handed a piece of paper, which then hands over a curse to him, which means he's going to die on a certain day in 3 days. So it's about him trying to unmask the cult while also trying to get rid of the curse. And the whole tug of war in the film is the curse real, or is this all a trick of the mind? I won't spoil it because I think Ryan will really like the movie, but the ending will be frustrating to a point because it makes a decision that throws away any doubt in both the beginning and the end. But I'm of the opinion that if you watch the film and kind of picture that the certain choice is sort of maybe a hallucination or a trick of the mind itself, then you can still play into the idea of this being more of a mental thriller than a monster movie. But because you see the demon, quote unquote, in certain points, it kind of takes away the argument. It's like, I want to believe that you can make the decision on your own, but unfortunately the film does make decisions for you. It's still worth watching. It's very well directed on a very minimalist scale. It's really utilizing a lot of anxiety that's lurking in the shadows and not necessarily relying on any monster element for the majority of its prowess. There's a scene where they're trying to hypnotize a former cult member and he loses his goddamn mind and jumps out of a fucking like 3-story building and just collapses onto the ground. And it's harrowing. It's very intense and very action beat a minute for a movie that will also take its time. So it has the best of both worlds in it. So yeah, if you can find Night of the Demon, be sure you find the 96-minute cut that the UK had and not the 80-something minute version that the US has, because they apparently butchered it and made it a mess. But yeah, that's the one thing I would recommend, especially as we're coming out of horror season. If you still want your horror fix, Night of the Demon is a fucking beautiful, beautiful movie.
Nice.
Yeah.
Brad?
I'll leave it up to you. Which of these do you want to hear about? Banshees of Inisherin, Empire of Light, or those two.
I don't even know what Empire of Light is.
Yeah.
It's Sam Mendes' next movie. About Olivia Colman works in a movie theater in like 1980, 81. And all the I honestly can't tell you what it's about. Like it was so unfocused. It was good. Like everyone's acting their asses off, but there's so many different narrative threads going on that I was like, what is the point of this? It just feels like a bunch of stuff is happening. You know, they all have important things, but they don't seem to interconnect that well. And yeah.
All right, so I guess you should tell us about the other one.
the one where Colin Farrell and oh man, I'm blanking on the guys.
Brendan
Brendan Gleeson. Yeah.
Are feuding.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was also fun. It was another one where it kind of, I don't know, I didn't feel like it went anywhere special by the end. The trailer's pretty straightforward in the fact that Brendan Gleeson's character is done hanging out with Colin Farrell's character. And then you just kind of watch it escalate, once he threatens to cut off his fingers if he doesn't stop bothering him. I guess what the trailer doesn't show is that I think the movie is about kind of mediocre people and how like a lot of mediocre people lack ambition. Colin Farrell's character is perfectly content, like not improving himself and just living life with no ambition. And then there's Brendan Gleeson's character who aspires to something greater, but at the same time is mediocre at playing the violin. And he aspires to be great at it, at a Mozart level, and thinks that he's, he has a midlife crisis or a late life crisis where he's like, I'm running out of time to make my masterpiece. And I think Colin Farrell has distracted me from doing that. So that's why he's upset and wants to stop hanging out with him. But he does it in such a drastic way that, makes things worse than they have to be. And so, and like the thing is, he's terrible at the violin. The phrase, those who can't teach. And so he's great at teaching everyone else in the town to play music. But as far as his composition, which becomes the Banshees of Inisherin, he accomplishes it despite, everything he's done. But at the same time, it's not a pleasure to listen to. So,
sounds like a violinist comic I'm familiar with.
And then, Colin Farrell's sister, she's the only one in the town. She's this woman surrounded by mostly men in this town, and she's well read. She reads books, and she recognizes like this feud and all these guys are just how ridiculous it is, and but everyone here is content to just not pursue anything more than themselves, and so once she has it out, she takes it. And then Barry Keoghan, I think is his name. Keoghan.
Barry Keoghan, yeah.
Keoghan. Yeah, like he plays kind of, like the dumb kid with the heart of gold. And he has a tragic story. His dad is the town police officer who's a bit of a tyrant and a little corrupt, and abuses the hell out of him. And like that takes a toll on him. He doesn't aspire to more just because he's been so like beat down by his dad and stuff. And yeah, so it's an interesting movie, but at the same time, I was like, yeah, it's a lot of what happens is kind of circular, and then doesn't end in a place was terribly interesting to me. But poetically, it makes sense, I guess. So yeah, I was gonna throw Meet Wally Sparks in there. It was free on YouTube, but like I don't think there's much to talk about. I couldn't finish it.
He still gets no respect.
I think that was on your film explosion list for that year, right?
Possibly.
No, it was. I believe it was.
I think it's really funny.
That party scene in the very beginning is so long. It was so long. I couldn't. I think
it's probably because you're watching it on YouTube is why you don't appreciate it.
I watched on Roku. It was free. I think it was still the DVD copy too. Like I think it said 480p resolution.
Oh yeah, I'm sure.
But yeah, it was like I thought Rodney Dangerfield is funny in it, and his jokes are even like the ones that have not aged well in that movie. There's still a certain charm to it, but narratively, I think it's 45 minutes before the plot kicks in.
Yeah. You don't need a plot.
And the plot is just that he needs to like suck up to the mayor of the town so that he can like get him on his, Jerry Springer-ish talk show. But yeah, it takes so long to get to that point. Like they just hang out that party for so long. So, yeah.
Yep. Some people just don't respect the Dangerfield.
Mm-hmm.
And then
Do you think he'll ever get it?
And then real quick, I watched Aliens at the Esquire, and I panned it earlier, and it is way better in the theater than watching it at home. So
that's a fun movie.
I bumped up some stars because despite the horrible, horrible dialogue that's still there, it was like one of the few, like I know how that movie goes, and I was sitting there just like in this ball of tension as they're trying to escape most of the stuff, in the second half. I'm just like, I can't believe I'm just like tightening up here. I shouldn't be. This tension shouldn't be here, but I'm feeling it. I'm feeling it.
Well, it's because you just don't appreciate James Cameron as a filmmaker.
I appreciate his early stuff, despite his unnatural dialogue.
Whatever. Game over, man. Game over.
They mostly come out at night. Mostly.
That's my favorite reading of a James Cameron line ever.
Yeah. Also, whilst at the Esquire, I took the opportunity to talk to Troy there, who programs a lot of the midnights, and I asked him because I've been wondering this myself lately. Like, what of the last decade are the new things that people would come out to a late night showing for? Like, what has enough of a fan base to draw a crowd to fill a theater late at night again? Like the stuff he and I watched there, is like 30 or 40 years old now. And
yeah,
we're an audience that's dipping off and staying home for the most part, and then the people younger than us grew up not being excited about going to the theater. So I'm like, what other than Marvel movies, a couple here and there, like what is something that would qualify for that space? And
yeah,
he told me like that's what we're trying to crack because we don't know either. Because if we're if they're going to keep the midnights late nights going there, they need to start attracting a younger crowd. And I was like, Mad Max Fury Road is done pretty well when I've gone there, so that's there's one. And like I said, a Marvel movie to here or there, like Thor Ragnarok or Black Panther.
How about Prey?
Funny you should say Prey because, it didn't get like a theatrical like Weird did, but they're totally open to screening Prey. It's just a matter of because it's technically a Disney film.
Is if Disney will let them show it.
Yeah, so if they get Marvel movies, I guess they might be able to get Prey.
Gotcha.
I told them like, dude, if you get Prey, I know 4 other people that are come see that right out of the gate. So
you'll
make it happen.
Yeah. $50 for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm like, because not even the Alamo has bothered to try and program it. So,
have they tried doing their Cats Rowdy screenings again at all? Has that been paying off, or is that kind of
Cats Rowdy? Yeah, they did that like earlier this year.
Okay, maybe they can go for that again just for S's and G's. I still haven't seen the movie yet.
I was in New York that weekend, so I didn't get to see the audience for that, but I'll ask them next time I'm there to find out how it went.
Mm-hmm. I'll tell you, like, I mean, they might want to just start looking at how Alamo programs a little bit and just try to like go within that direction without copying it. Because I went to the Elf screening and man, that thing was packed. That thing was fucking packed. I was shocked.
Yeah, but that's also like the first decade of the 2000s, which you could put Scott Pilgrim in that group. National Treasure did okay this year. The Mummy.
The Mummy movie party wasn't that well attended, but that was the second screening, but it was still fun to go see that in the theater, hands down.
Yeah, they're doing that at the Esquire, I think next or in a couple weeks, but that's like a late '90s one. But yeah, specifically the past decade that has like Mad Max Fury Road in it. It's like I can't think of a lot of things that I can imagine younger crowds coming out to see again because they loved it so much.
Inception might have that possibility, or another Nolan movie might have
No,
that possibility. Oh, come on.
no
Yeah.
way.
Come on. People liked Inception.
Like cinephile uber nerds liked Inception and Interstellar. Like I'm talking about, like maybe Pitch Perfect. I guess
Oh,
maybe
Pitch Perfect would actually be really good. Yeah.
one of
Pitch
them,
Perfect would be really good.
like a more of a broader audience.
Maybe La La Land? I don't know. People seem to like that one too.
Like La La Land, but I don't know if I want to see it at midnight.
I know Faye Dunaway loved it so much that she thought it should have won the Oscar. Fuck, I don't know.
We have to figure out now. I just thought it was an interesting question to ask.
Yeah, no, it's a good quandary.
Because
So,
like I
like-
said, they don't even know. They're like
Yeah.
baffled, and they program movies all the time and see audiences all the time.
Oh, I wish that somebody was replaying Knives Out right before Glass Onion. I'm assuming the Alamo might be doing that at some point, but that's something I wish would happen. I'd like to see Knives Out in the theater again.
I mean, yeah, there's plenty of things I want to see, but my
Yeah.
question is,
Oh, like what's the big audience grab?
yeah, what do general audiences like want to come out to see again?
Fast and Furious movies, maybe?
Yeah, maybe they could do Fast Five, maybe.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But yeah,
Not Batman v Superman, that's for sure.
I really think it's just Marvel movies. Like,
Yeah.
and yeah, I pitched them doing like, well, you could do Infinity War one weekend and do Endgame the following weekend.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm not gonna lie, I might go back out for that. I don't know.
I think audiences come out for No Way Home again, but that's also this decade.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe
Oh,
Deadpool.
Deadpool, yeah.
Deadpool might be a draw.
Yeah, Deadpool would be a good draw. There are titles. We're just not conjuring them up the way we would be able to in even the 2000s themselves. And it's not to say that the market's saturated with Marvel, but like the choices that I can only speak on my list, like I've put Marvel movies on there occasionally, but more often than not, it is not the stuff that people were going out to in droves. So I don't have my finger on the pulse at all. Maybe a Dwayne The Rock Johnson movie might serve a good purpose in there.
Oh, is it my turn to talk?
Yeah. Yeah, you haven't interjected. You could have said something.
Do you have suggestions, Ryan?
No, I was going to talk about what, the one thing I recommend, but I mean, I didn't know if it was my show anymore or what was going on.
It's Brad tries to figure out what's cool each week.
I got in a little bit of what Brad Around Town. Sorry.
Yeah. Gee, Merry Christmas. I haven't lost all control.
You know what? Maybe you should just be a stronger leader and not let that happen.
Well, as a leader, I also let my fellow people try and seize the moment when I'm giving it to them a platform to say what's on their mind. And man, I don't know if I'll ever do that again.
Yeah, you learned that at the top of this show, and then
Yep. Gee, Merry Christmas.
Yep.
Yeah, the thing I watched over the last couple of weeks that I think everybody should see is Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, the 1931 version.
Oh, you did watch it? Fuck yes.
Yeah,
oh.
Which was released by Warner Archive on Blu-ray, which I've never seen before, and it's interesting because they call him Jekyll in it, not Jekyll.
Yeah, that is a fucking weird part of the movie.
But it deals with. I mean, if the story is the same, dealing with addiction and a side of you that is locked away and that is unleashed by this magical compound that Dr. Jekyll becomes addicted to. And Frederick March is incredible in the film. The duality of the roles he plays as Jekyll and then as Mr. Hyde there's an actual difference in the character.
And
it's
not just visual.
Yeah, and it's not like super over the top. And because the horror in it it's really unusual. It comes from how he treats Miriam Hopkins in it. And he's just so cruel and he's so mean because she's a prostitute. So he believes her to be less than he is. And Jekyll's descent into madness is even more heartbreaking because at the beginning when he is Jekyll, he's a really brilliant guy. He's super caring. And there's a moment in it where Mr. Hyde, Jekyll can feel him taking over. And he says, I can't turn into him again. And he ends up helping Miriam Hopkins as, I can't remember her character name in it for some reason, because she's a prostitute, but he puts her up in a nice place after he treated her so cruelly as Mr. Hyde, and he feels awful about it. But he's too far gone, and he doesn't even need the serum anymore to turn into Mr. Hyde. And after he promises,
Ivy, yeah, that's her name.
Yeah. After he promised her he'll never come back, and he tries to right the wrongs he did, he comes back and he murders her. And again, he tries to be better and pleads with his fiance and calls off the marriage. And then he goes outside and looks at her and turns back into Mr. Hyde and kills his fiance's father. And it's just a really fascinating film. And the descent into madness, and it's a horror film where you feel uneasy when you watch it because Mr. Hyde is so horrible in it. And the way the things he says to Ivy and he, beats her, and it's just, man, that's where the horror comes from, because you can say it's from him turning into a monster. He kind of just turns into kind of like an ape man, but but that's not the point of the film. It's, with the addiction and how he treats people, and the horror is really not violent. It's an uneasiness you have when he is talking to this woman.
There's a lot about the duality of a person, the two personalities we all carry.
Yeah.
But it's a character heavy film. It's not a plot movie. It's a character movie.
Yeah, it's brilliant. It's one of my favorite horror films from that era for sure.
It's the one that was able to break the mold and get an Oscar for Best Actor, which never happens. And
I'm glad I waited to get the Blu-ray, because it is stunning. The transfer, and it comes with a Bugs Bunny cartoon, which is really funny.
Yeah. It's that transformation sequence up until Rupert Mamoulian died, the director, he kept the secret of how they did it to the grave. He wouldn't talk about it. He would never reveal a damn thing. And it ended up being a situation where it's not when he gets the makeup on, it's when it looks like the life is draining out of him. And they did it by slowly changing the type of filter that was over the lens, and the makeup was adjusted as such that it reacted to, I think it was red gels over blue gels. So if you had the blue gel over, he looked normal. But if you started lifting up that gel to the red gel, you started seeing the effect of what happens when the makeup that's applicable to the red gel is exposed. And then that's when the camera kind of moves away, and then we get to the makeup. It's still one of the most incredibly wonderful in-camera moments I've ever seen. Like, you're not doing optical printing or anything. It's just fucking amazing.
And it's always surprising too. This movie has nudity. Oh,
Yeah, there's actually they did a couple of different versions of that scene in the bed depending on where they were releasing it. I read. I don't know how. Like, I'd love to know who got what. But
yeah. I mean, it's not overt. I mean, you just see her like butt and side boob, but I mean, it's pretty.
Oh, it's there.
Man.
Oh yeah,
it's like when I watched. What's the Marlene Dietrich Cary Grant one?
Blonde Venus.
Yeah, Blonde Venus, where there is actual nudity, and I go, huh.
Yeah, that's pre-code, brother.
Yeah, pre-code, baby.
Get those forbidden Hollywood DVD sets from TCM Archive. You'll probably see more.
Yeah, so definitely check it out, and you can get the Blu-ray. I think it's like $15. It's definitely worth it. Commentary is great on it. Yeah, definitely check it out. Speaking of checking it out, Corinne sent in something. I haven't listened to this one, so I'm going to listen to it and see if I'm going to agree with her for once, or what if she doesn't like something again this week. Here's what Corinne had to say.
Hey nerds, Corinne here for part 43 or 44, I lost count, of Catching the Classics, where I watch and talk about famous movies I've never seen before. This week was a surprise entry. I watched The Nightmare Before Christmas with my friends for Halloween because I mentioned to them that I'd never seen it, and they were like, we gotta correct that. So yeah, saw it for the first time. Admittedly, it was a week ago now, but I can just give you the highlights because I guess I'm just not a Tim Burton fan. I can't think of any movie of his that I've seen that I really loved. I mean, I can admire some of the craftsmanship. I think I reviewed Edward Scissorhands on Catching the Classics, and I was like, it was okay. And then I've seen Big Fish, and I've seen, obviously, like, the bigger ones like Beetlejuice and Batman and stuff. And, again, things to admire about his work. But overall, his style, like his tone and his subject matter, is maybe often a little too dark for me. And that was definitely the case with this one. Again, the stop motion, the animation is beautiful. And in its own, quirky way, I was like, these designs are very, fantastical and, very imaginative and everything. So visually, it was great. Well, you know how I feel about dark and disturbing and gross things. So, but setting that aside, objectively, I can say it was really well made. And I thought the voice acting was fantastic. I guess where it falls for me is it seems very short. It's like, what, 80 minutes? I don't even think it's 90 minutes. Yeah, and there's a lot of singing, which I know, I'm a musical fan. Why would I have a problem with that? But there's a lot of songs, and some of them are kind of unnecessary. I don't know. I mean, the opening two were perfect. I was like, this is Halloween. It's like, it's setting the stage. It's introducing you to the world. And then whatever Jack's song is, where it was very much like a Disney, like, I Want song. And then they kind of kept going. And I'm like, oh, so this is almost more of like a stage musical where they don't stop singing than it is a movie musical where songs are kind of intermittent. And I think that they needed to have maybe like 2 or 3 fewer songs, or maybe like condense them into a single song. The fact that the villains get 2 songs, because you have like the one with the kids where they're like kidnap Santa Claus, and then Oogie Boogie gets his own song later. And I was like, okay, so the villains get 2 different songs in this. So yeah, I could have condensed that. Also, I guess I wasn't big on Oogie Boogie in general, just because they hype him up, but then I don't feel like he gets a lot of screen time after that. And I don't know. Yeah, I don't even know if you really needed a villain. I think the kids were just fine as the villains, and obviously, okay, they need to kidnap Santa Claus, and then they just, hide him away from Jack and everybody else who's trying to bring him back. So, yeah, Oogie Boogie. I was like, I don't even know if he's necessary. But yeah, in general, the story, it was okay. Like I said, I'm not big into, like, this creepy crawly, this imagery and, people taking their heads off and limbs falling off and, the undead and all this. That always freaked me out. Like, because I saw Beetlejuice as a kid, and I don't, those parts where the people were dead or they're taking off their limbs and shit always freaked me out. And I'm very glad that I watched this as an adult, because if I had seen it as a kid, I probably wouldn't have liked it for that reason. So, yeah. Wasn't my favorite thing ever. I see the merit. I understand why other people like it, especially because my friends and I, we were debating, like, so, because they've seen it, and they were debating, like, is this a Halloween movie that is it more Halloween or is it more Christmas? Like, when's it more appropriate to watch it? And I think they landed on, it seems more of a Halloween movie. And I felt that way as well. I felt like, no, with the darker imagery, you kind of need to watch this on Halloween in preparation for Christmas. I mean, you probably could watch it the other way, where it's like you're watching it on Christmas, but I feel like it'd be a little bit more out of place. Because if anything, this should help you transition into Christmas, which I still feel like that's almost 2 months away. Like, we have Thanksgiving and all these other things in between. Why is it just like we go immediately from Halloween to Christmas? But that's a whole other discussion, and we don't need to get into that. So I'll just leave you with those thoughts. I'll give it like a 3, maybe a 3.5 out of 5 stars. It wasn't my favorite, but I thought it was well crafted, well made for the most part. I still think that the balance of songs to dialogue needed to be a little bit different, and I think it could have been a little bit longer and maybe had trim some things or combine other stuff, or make like a little bit more development. Another thing that bothered me was that Jack and his love interest, whose name escapes me, Sally, I think, Jack and Sally have maybe 2 scenes together, and then they wind up at the end. It's like, I understood that she liked him, so she was, she was in love with him and crushing on him, but he seemed to not really care about her up until like the last minute, and then that's how the movie ended. I was like, there was no build up to this relationship, at least from his side, because, yeah, anyway, so I'm nitpicking at this point, but that's how I felt. I could have used a little bit of some things and more of others, or a little bit more of some things and a little bit less of others, so that's what I'll leave you with. Again, I'd give it like 3 stars, so talk to you later, nerds. I still need to do a Catching the Classics with both the versions of 3:10 to Yuma, so that will probably be coming down in the next couple of weeks. So talk to you all later. Bye.
Wow, surprise! Corinne doesn't like something. Don't tell my wife. That's my wife's favorite movie.
Uh-oh. Guess Corinne's not invited to your house anymore.
Truth be told, I don't love it like my wife does, but I think it's super creative, and I think the stop motion is really cool, and I think the character design is really cool, which Tim Burton actually did do the character designs for the film, but we didn't
and probably
really
inform the story.
Yeah, we really didn't talk about news, but the news was Harry Selick went out and said, "Hey man, I made that movie." They just put Tim Burton's name on it to help sell tickets or something.
He came up with the story and produced it, but that's not the hours and hours of work that's put into capturing each frame of the stop motion product. Yeah, I mean, it's fair if Corinne doesn't enjoy it. It's not everybody's cup of tea. I rewatched it with Malia during Halloween, and I loved going through it again.
I haven't seen it since, I don't even remember when I saw it the first time, really. So, but it's playing at the Esquire soon, so I'll give it a rewatch.
Hot take: Monkey Bone is a better Henry Selick movie. No, I'm just
kidding. Oh my god! Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I've been giving Corinne a hard time, but there is some truth to. I don't know what she likes anymore because I don't like this unless it's fruit baskets or fruit snacks or whatever the fuck that's called.
It's fruits baskets, and I finished it with Malia, and it was pretty damn good.
Is anyone else watching Andor?
No,
I really should.
I finished Rings of Power. That was good.
Yeah,
maybe I'll make that. I've been working so much. This last month, I've worked like 220 something hours. So I've been kind of slacking on watching shows. I heard it's brilliant.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's the Star Wars show for adults, and yeah, it does. Yeah, sometimes it's kind of boring. It's a little political and talky, but it's really building to some awesome stuff. Especially this last episode.
Corinne hasn't sent anything in for that, probably because she doesn't like it.
Yeah, there's no Jedi in it, so
you
know,
and there's no like bad
Mandalorian,
guy,
no Din Djarin.
Yeah, there's no bad guy who's murdered a bunch of people who needs to be redeemed for some unknown reason in her eyes. I mean, I don't know.
There's no what is it? Raylo combinations that no Raylo wish fulfillment.
I love giving people a hard time when they're not here to defend themselves.
I know, it's so easy.
It is. Corinne, I really appreciate you still sending stuff in and being a part of this podcast. In all seriousness, just maybe try to find something you like. If you send in something that you talk about that you actually like, then I don't know what will happen, but I'll be shocked. Shocked
to the core.
Maybe next week she'll have a glowing opinion of our movie of the week.
Maybe.
Crossed.
Maybe. What is the movie of the week next week?
We'll be seeing Black Panther, Wakanda Forever.
Woo!
Which I was going to go see Thursday, but Kellen, my little guy, told me today that he wanted to go see it. So I'm going to have to try to avoid spoilers, so I can't go to Corinne's Twitter feed because she loves posting spoilers.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll have to try to stay off the internet for 2 or 3 days.
Yeah.
So that means you're going to watch over the weekend?
Yeah, I'll watch it Sunday.
Yeah, I'm going to go Thursday because I got to go 48-hour for the weekend.
Oh, that's right.
Ryan, I get off of work on Sunday at like 8 a.m. Let's go together.
Yeah. Kellen has hockey from 9:15 to 10:15, but I'll be free after that.
Sweet. Just going to drive right to Golden and say, get in, loser. We're going to Black Panther. Oh, yeah, I guess you could bring your kid, too.
Nice. There's an 11 o'clock Black Panther on Thursday. That's my showing right there.
There you go.
2 people in it right now.
Must be nice to have a job where you can make your own schedule.
Yep. That's the only benefit.
I'm not complaining. I enjoy my new job, so I can't complain. But yeah,
I love my job. It's just it's one of the few jobs in this world where you really can't finagle out of what you work. The city it depends on you being there, so
it's like if Batman took a day off for 8 years from defending the city.
Ryan, the mayor's been taken hostage. Yeah, but it's my day off.
Yeah, I'm good.
I'm not even supposed to be here today. Your partner's Randall. Fucking squad car.
Ryan, there's 10 people trapped in the Argo mine. Yeah,
Yeah,
I gotta watch my kid play hockey.
Should have walked in there.
Darwinism at its finest, boys.
Hey, did any of you guys win the $1.5 billion Powerball?
Did they draw it already?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Malia, did you win the Powerball? No.
Well, I guess we're still stuck doing this podcast. So we'll see you at the movies.
It says
All right.
we're defending.
Bye.
Well, a real nerd knows who shot. A real nerd can follow the plot. And a real nerd will give it all they got. Lights, camera, action.
Thanks for listening to Real Nerds Podcast, a Nebulous Visions production. Stream or download episodes, read articles at realnerdspodcast.com. Stream us on Apple or Google Podcast, Stitcher, Spotify, or iHeartRadio. Follow us on Facebook, Real Nerds Podcast. Twitter and Instagram, @RealNerds. Watch us on YouTube, Real Nerds Podcast. Email us at realnerds@gmail.com. Call us at 720-6nerds5. Thank you to Sparks Mandrill, Mike at Plan 9 Studios, and Bolognium for all of our groovy theme songs. And that's how you fucking do it.